Okay, it's 22nd of February 2025, it's 2022, and I am just at the moment walking through this module, and it's the one that illustrates about how a timeline works, and I need 3 different types of footage. So I'm creating those now in Resolve, and I've created this first one. I downloaded some stock footage off a stock site I subscribe to, Motion Array, not sponsored, and I've downloaded it, and it's this shot here. Now on track 1, I've put a large waterfall ambience, just some sound effects, and then underneath that I've put exotic birds in nature chirping, right? And then I've started them both, and I'm imagining it's a clip from a camera, and this is a sort of imaginary camera, because obviously if this was a real situation, it would have the drone sound, but maybe it's a cable cam. There you go. The waterfall gets louder as we get closer, and then it cuts. So this is to illustrate 3 different shots with 3 different sounds, and how a timeline works basically. So I'm going to create the next one now, and I'm just going to stick them all on this one timeline. So now I'm going to go to Motion Array footage. What else have I got? I'll do the carnival ride next. That's fine. Basically, I'm just trying to make 3 shots. So now I need to go to sound effects. So I've got amusement park, and these are the ones. This is what they sound like. That's not bad. That's quite good. Yeah, that sounds like it. That's a bit squeaky. I'm going to take it the most sort of offensive. Normally I just mark a little bit up and then just drag it straight on. So you can see here at the end of the waterfall shot, I just need those to end at the same time, like a camera cut. Right, and then zoom out a little bit. I haven't got my key captures on, but anyway. That works. Works really well. So that's another shot done. That was quick. I might just put a little bit of a gap in between here. Let's see what. So the idea is to put all these onto here. And now next up I've got City Jungle Fairground, Motion Array footage. What else have I got? Busy traffic on 42nd Street, New York. Here's that. And if I go into New York City traffic, wow, they've done a lot there. So how long is this? This looks like it is 12 seconds and 2 frames. I'm getting that from here, the duration up there. So as long as it's longer than 12 seconds, I'm good. I drop that in there. That works fine. Wow, that works really well. Okay, the odd thing here though is if I zoom in here, they've put a little mix up, like a fade up. And if a camera cut, that doesn't happen. You just cut straight in. That works perfectly. Oh my gosh, with all the sirens and everything. Is it too loud? Might bring it down a little bit. Might layer it up a little bit, see what else we got. Might just put a bit more traffic rumble on here somewhere. There we go. What's this? That's good. I'm going to take some honking. That's good. Okay, so now just drop that onto here and we'll find a good place for the honking. Check the levels. Obviously I've added a track so it's going to get a bit louder. That works. A little bit less. See what that honk sounds like. I liked it a little bit louder actually. Let's have it a little bit louder. Yeah, that bus works better now. That's good. That's good. That works. and then it just cuts out. So these are my 3 shots now for my demonstration. If we look at them on the timeline, they all start... That waterfall should be a little bit louder, I think. Yeah, it's better. So I'm just going to give this a bit of black at the top here. That works. That's good. Fading out the bird sound. And then camera cuts. Great. Straight in. It's a bit loud. But let's stick with it loud. Because, you know, could be, couldn't it? Right. There we go, those are our 3 shots. That's like, it's just like you're there, isn't it? So basically the process with that is I downloaded those video clips and the audio clips off Motion Array and have just added them to the timeline. Now what I'm going to go is to the Deliver tab, and Resolve is absolutely great because you can browse for where you're going to save it. So we're going to put it in, where are we going to put it? I need a new folder, course footage. And that's selected then, so that's where it's going to save that. Now, what I want to do is do individual clips, file, and then call it a custom name. So we go clip, let's just call it camera clip. Use unique file names. Let's have a suffix to the file name. Add a subfolder. Let's call this jungle, fair, ground, and city. So place clips in separate folders. Great. So what that is going to do is it's going to create individual clips with a custom name, and we'll call it timeline example 1. So if I now add these to the render queue, what that will do is it'll spit that timeline out as 3 separate files. So that in effect generates pretend rushes for my course. It's scanning through, checking everything's there. There you go. And now the city. And it's done. So that took a grand total. Well, it didn't take very long at all, did it? That was good. Okay, so now if we go back into the edit page, there's my timeline, footage creation. So if I now create a new bin, results, go into here, import media, go into here, course content, course footage, Jungle Fairground City. There we go, open. So now we have those 3 clips spat out without any gaps and without any sound. Interesting. Okay. So we go back to the Deliver tab, click the audio. Yeah, that should have done that. Individual clips, audio. Interesting. Let's do linear should work. Audio, export audio. Hold on, let's just double check this. So what we can do is select these, create new timeline using selected clips, create, and interestingly, they are mute. Wow, okay. So we delete those. We go back to the Deliver tab. Let's try AAC, render full extent. Those are definitely all happening. Deliver. Preview plays, individual clips, file. No, that's fine. This should work. This should be working. Audio, AAC, render full extent, constant bitrate, channel. Let's just do 1 channel. That's fine. Add to render queue, render, replace. Rendering it. It's normal that during a render you don't hear the audio. Okay, so now we go back to edit, go back to the results. No audio. Very interesting. Let me re-import them. Import media, no audio. Fascinating. Okay, I'm just going to pause here and look into why that's happening. Okay, so it's sometime later. It's 21:27 now. I think I've figured it out. I had a look on the Blackmagic forum, and basically when you do individual clips, that's designed if you're exporting footage. So it uses the source clips, not what's on the timeline, unless you tick a box which is down here, render timeline effects, and then it should do it. So I'm going to try again now. I'm going to check that my It's going to go into Jungle Fairground City. Yeah, okay, so those are the 3 shots. I'm going to add to the render queue. It's going to go over there. No, that's incorrect. So I'm going to get rid of that one. Individual clips. I'm going to clear the in to out. So I'm going to go entire timeline. So individual clips, video, audio, export audio. This is now set to render timeline effects. The file, camera clip, timeline example 1, fairground, let's use a 3-digit extension just so it's different. Render speed maximum, use commercial workflows turned off. So I am now going to add that to the render queue and hit render. So there, it's doing the waterfall one. It's now doing the funfair one, the fairground, and now it's on to New York. So that has done that now. So if I bring up the file location, go to work drive 2129, that's the one. And we've got audio. Woohoo! So that's good. Let's check this one. Brilliant. Brilliant. Okay, great. So there we go. Learned something about Resolve. Hadn't used the render individual clips thing, but if you check that little box over here, where is it? It's in video, bizarrely, but that's fine. Render timeline effects. I suppose that makes sense. I would personally have put that into the audio section, but hey, every bit of software is slightly different. And every day you learn something new. And today was one of those days. But the result is now that I can, actually, let's do that. Let's go back to the edit page. Let's go back to results. Let's import these in, import media, Jungle Fairground, 2129. That's the latest version. Open those up. Those are my 3 clips. Click on that, scroll that through, and scroll that through. Amazing. So what I'm going to do on the module is I'm going to say, here are your clips from your imaginary camera. We have now got a timeline. Create a new timeline using selected clips. Timeline 4, we'll just call this module example, something like that. There's the first New York clip. Then we go to the waterfall clip and we drag that onto the timeline. And what that does is it's going to demonstrate that you join 2 clips together. And these video tracks act like a layer of glass. So now we bring the fairground one in. The camera is looking down through the layers of glass. And what you're going to get is, as soon as that layer obscures the one beneath it, the layers of glass are obscured. It will then cut to the fairground, and then as soon as that's clear, it will cut to the waterfall. Little journey of discovery with the delivery tab on DaVinci Resolve. Yeah, and the power of a tiny little checkbox that, in my opinion, is in the wrong place. But hey, what do I know? Okay, well that's it for me today. What did we do? This morning we went out for a little bit of a drive round and ended up in Bristol Harbour, which is lovely. Had some lunch in a coffee shop. Right, I've been Andy. You've been great. See you on the next one.